Hi guys! Welcome to the second lesson in the Introduction to Environmental Systems and Societies. In this class, we're going to give an overall introduction to the IB program. So let's get started. The first thing that's worth mentioning is the IB learner profile. Listed off to the side are all of the character attributes that the IB is trying to build in you as a student. And I think it's worth reflecting on these when you're feeling sort of frustrated with the program, so I thought I would just throw them in right over there. Your IB classes are broken up into 6 groups. This class, Environmental Systems and Societies, can count either as a Group 4 or a Group 3 class. And if you're enrolled in a full IB program and want to get an IB diploma, you will need to take 3 groups of classes at the HL level, the higher level, and 3 groups of classes at the SL level, the standard level. And ESS is only offered currently at the standard level because it's a cross-curricular subject. It's in both Group 3 and Group 4. And there are no cross-curricular subjects offered at the higher level right now in the IB program. If you're doing a full diploma, you also need to do CAS projects and an extended essay. And you should talk to someone at your school about how your school gets those aspects of the program done, because every school is a little different. For every one of the core content classes that you take, you are going to get what's called an IB score, rated from 1 to 7. For Environmental Systems and Societies, there are 3 things that go into your IB score: your internal assessment, or your IA, your Paper 1 exam, and your Paper 2 exam. How your scoring works is each of these is graded on a raw score. The internal assessment's out of 30, the Paper 1 is usually out of 35, and the Paper 2 is usually out of 65. Those raw scores are normed to a score that matches their percentage value. So let's say on your Paper 2, you got a 40 out of 65, and you needed to norm that to a grade out of 50%. You can multiply to get the proportion, and you end up with 30.77 if you round up, 0.76 if you round down. But 30.77 points in this composite score that's normed out of 50. The IB rounds all of your scores to the hundredths place and then adds these 3 numbers up to get your final score. Those scores are then normed on a 1 to 7 grade band, and last year, for example, a 7 started at a 65. So if when you added up all of the points on these 3 different assignments, you had more than 65 points, that meant you got a 7 overall in your IB course. Let's look at the breakdown for each of these components of your ESS grade. First, in the internal assessment, this is like your cumulative lab report. It is graded on 6 different things for a total score out of 30. In topic 2 of this course, Ecosystems and Ecology, we talk a little bit in the very last lesson about some of the things that you could research or investigate for an internal assessment in this class. Your Paper 1, we work on a lot more. Your Paper 1 is a case study exam. You are provided with a resource booklet at the beginning of that test, not before, and you're asked about 35 points worth of questions about the material in the resource booklet. They're all short answer questions. It's based on the information that's in the packet as well as your information from the course. And in this course, we do, in addition to having a full, unique IB Paper 1 exam that I have created, there are 4 other opportunities to really practice your Paper 1 skills. Paper 2 is all short answer and long response. It's usually out of about 65 points with 25 points of short answer and 2 20-point essay questions. We do a lot of Paper 2 practice. You have 6 essay practices and about 16 other homework questions that are based off of Paper 2 prompts. So since this is 50% of your grade, we do a ton of Paper 2 practice in this course. I just want to also give you guys some general tips for IB success. So if you're enrolled in a full IB program, make sure that you're choosing your classes really carefully. Talk to other people at your school about the teachers. Make sure that you're interested in the content, especially in your HL classes, because you should expect to spend a lot of time studying and reviewing. For an HL class, you should plan to spend at least an hour outside of class for every hour that you're in class reviewing the content. And for an SL class, you should expect to spend about half that. So this is a really intensive program, and it's better if you think about that from the beginning so that you can plan how you're going to study and plan how you're going to see your teacher. Talk to your teacher a lot. Make sure that you understand why you're getting the grades that you're getting, and focus especially on paper 1 and paper 2 style assessments. We're going to go over a lot of strategies for how to maximize your point values and how to understand the questions they are asking you. So I hope that you find this course really helpful. If you want to start going over the paper 1 and paper 2 style command terms, we do that in the next part of the introduction. So I will see you there.